NFL football. It's week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. Buccaneers versus Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up. And we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 16 yards, a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
The numbers for James from last week: 6 catches, 98 yards, too shy of 100.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Again, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion, good for 23. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Ryan. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it. There's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense.
Field goal, a 26-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
Buccaneers, nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Fournette, a first down carry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Love. He finds his target, Fuller. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, here's Breida. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going.
And he's into the end zone for a tailaway touchdown. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number 1, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan hit, and he lost the football.
Looks like a running back going through the line. Quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On 3rd down, Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Love, they go play action now. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Buccaneers 10, Falcons 3.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan going right back to Jones. This time the connection made. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
1st down, Falcons.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Open is Powell, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
First and 10. At their own 20.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Love now to pass on first down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Love from the gun. A quick pass here to Godwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Jordan Love ready on first down here. That's complete to his running back, Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again, Love. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And 3 yards to go.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try to run with Breida. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? Here's Love. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So the ref makes a call. No touchdown there. Wipe it off the board. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Now Leonard Fournette. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play action this time with Love. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Working out of the gun. Love. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And the Bucs are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them. Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one, but maybe this...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3 three-score game as the lead moves to 17. A 10-play drive that time. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Pinion, the kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
The 28-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan, and that's off the mark, incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Pulled in at the 24. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Well, partners, a pretty easy explanation for his success in this one. He's very comfortable throwing the football. Did you just see that one? In the pocket, no real pressure, yet to be sacked today. When he's that comfortable, that leads to those types of completions.
On the run, it's Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And that, not a sight you want to see. Leonard Fournette, very slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run with Breida. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Love. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Chris Godwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, Are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. First down, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Ryan caught on the right side by Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Ryan. Little short pass to James. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
A gain of 3 yards.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll toss it to Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Demonte Casey. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, Ryan. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And now another one thrown incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So out come the Falcons now.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, Ryan. And that's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Ryan. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Atlanta.
Again, Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And he's done it. 1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this? With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement.
And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, and the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Ryan, and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Incomplete on the throwaway.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
4th down. Here's Ryan. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Throwing again, Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
To throw again is Ryan. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And the lead is down to 24. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Now carry there for Fournette as he's able to work his way for a gain of about 5.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing. Love. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
7 yards, the pick up there.
Incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
It's 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't matter. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times?
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
This one caught by Ridley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Ryan looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
At their own 44-yard line.
Offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on...
There he goes, left side. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final number, pretty impressive courtesy of Next Gen Stats, 21.4 miles per hour.
Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not...
Yet again, Ryan is intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run,